Coach, we appreciate you taking time to join us today. Congratulations on the championship you guys clinched last night. What was that like as a team to be able to celebrate hitting that at least first big goal of winning an outright SEC title?
What's up, fellas? How you guys doing, man? Hope everything's going well. It was great. It meant a lot to us. It's something we take pride in. We feel like SEC is one of the best, if not the best, basketball conference in the country. And so to win the regular season outright, it meant a lot to us. We coming into the season as we setting our goals, that's one thing that we had on our list. And so to weather different storms, ups and downs throughout the season, and to be at the top at the end of it is fulfilling. Is satisfying. In the sense of, achieving that goal. We're still hungry. Still a lot more basketball to play, a lot more things we want to check off our list. But, checking that one off as the first one is great.
It's important to smell your flowers. Notice and pat yourself on the back when you do something great, especially achieve a goal. What's the balance between looking forward, understanding there's bigger things to do, win the tournament, win the conference tournament, but at the same time, celebrating the SEC regular season title? Will there be a net cutting event that takes place if you guys are able to beat Kentucky?
I'm not a part of the celebration committee. They don't ask me to be a part of it. I'm too boring, probably. But I'm not sure exactly what that will look like, for us. As we get prepared for this game, we have some seniors that mean a lot to us, that mean a lot to the University of Tennessee. That's a great success, great careers here, and we want to send them out the right way. And so that's going to be our focus heading into that game. It was great that we did what we did on Wednesday night, but we want to send our guys out the right way in front of in front of the best fan base in the country.
Coach, you played the point guard position at a very, very high level. We're seeing Zakai Ziggler play the point guard position at a very high level too. What has been the most important thing or the biggest factor of why ZZ is playing at this high of a level right now for Tennessee?
I think it's a lot. I think, just his understanding and feel for the game has continued to grow every single year. I think as a freshman, as a high school guy, Z was wired to score. That was something that came easy to him. That was something that I think it was hard for people to stop. And so for him, the growth was, okay, I know I can score anytime. I can get my shot anytime. But that's not always what's best for my teammates. And so I think he's done a great job of being a student of the game. And that time that he was out, he used it as a time to learn the game more, to see the game from a coach's standpoint. And I think it's paying dividends. I think his feel for the game, his feel for different moments are huge. Knowing when to take the shot, when not to take the shot. Knowing when Jonas hadn't gotten a touch in a minute, let me get him a look. Hey, let me see if I can get Santis a look. And so his feel for the game has been the biggest transformation, and it's been great to see. And it was it wasn't something that happened overnight. Like, I remember him as a freshman. I remember him getting better as a sophomore, and by the end of the year last year, he was kind of hitting stride. And then this year it's been great to see.
We're talking to Tennessee Associate Head Coach Justin Gainey, and from the start of the season, I guess it would probably go back to the offseason to this point. You have newcomers come in, you have guys coming back, from players understanding roles, players taking charge. What has the process been like of chemistry, guys coming together to understand what roles they would play for your team to be where it is right now?
Yeah, no, it's been, to be honest, quite smoother than I anticipated. From the standpoint of bringing back so many guys and guys that contributed from last year's team. But I think we have a mature group. I think we have a a group that was returning that was focused on one thing, and that's winning the national championship. And because Josiah and Santi, they could have went and been pros right now, made a lot of money, been playing at a high level, but that wasn't their goal. They felt like they had more to do in college. They knew they needed help around them, and they've been great welcoming them and embracing it and molding and teaching those new guys. So they've been great, and it's been because of them, it's been a really smooth transition.
Coach, everyone's talking about Dalton Connect and Zakai Ziggler. Obviously, those players are very, very important. Someone that doesn't necessarily stuff the stat sheet, but you can see his impact during the games, and that's Santi, and that is Jamal Meshack. Talk a little bit about the impact that Vescovy has made, especially on defense, also on offense, just understanding what Rick Barnes wants to do and making sure guys are at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, no, Santi is, he's a great veteran leader for this team. He's been through some really big games, some tough moments. And so, he knows what it takes to get the job done. And you're right, a lot of things he does doesn't show up on the stat sheet. But when we need big plays, when we need big stops, when we need big baskets, he's a guy that's not afraid of the moment, not afraid to step up in that moment. And he has a great feel for what coach wants on both sides of the ball. And so, in huddle, sometimes you'll see him as the loudest voice. You'll see him on the court kind of coaching guys up, telling them where they're supposed to be and all of that. He's like another coach on the floor. And I think, it helps Zakai a lot too, because it's just another set of eyes, that can, help read the game and feel the game and feel the floor of the game.
You mentioned the goal of a national championship. You have Kentucky coming up on Saturday. What is this time of year like? How are conversations different? What do you have to be prepared for to find success in March?
Yeah, our conversations is we got to keep getting better. We can't feel like we've arrived. We can't feel like there's no more room to get better. Like, Coach is great at keeping guys motivated, keeping them on edge, and showing, hey, we've done some good, but here's where we can clean some stuff up. And we're nowhere near the team that we can be if we take care of a couple things. And, and so we'll watch that South Carolina game today with honest eyes, and understand, like, man, we could have been better in certain situations, in certain scenarios. And, how can we get better there? And then, let's do it. Let's get better in practice at it and keep going. So, Coach is phenomenal at that, and our guys accept it, they buy into it, and embrace it.
A very unique dynamic here in Knoxville, Coach. Your son, Jason Gainey, perfectly spelled, by the way, is now coached by former Tennessee basketball player Juwan Smith over at Catholic. Yep. And I've walked past you probably half a dozen times after girl games and right before boy games. But how cool is that for you and for Jason to have a former Tennessee hoops star who's local coaching over there at Catholic?
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great that, Jason's able to learn from Juwan. He was a great player and has a lot of wisdom and knowledge to share. And so for my son to be able to, learn under him and be coached by him, I think is great. It's a great thing. And, I'm just telling him, be a sponge, man, soak up as much as you can from him.
Yeah, also getting to celebrate that championship with Jordan last night. That's been part of the story of this season, too. What was that like?
It was amazing. It was amazing, just having him in that locker room and us being able to share that moment together. And, it'd be something we can look back on for years to come, man, and just reminisce and we had the same ring, all of that stuff, man. It was truly amazing, truly a blessing, and it was something that I never thought would happen. Seeing I'd never coached him before in my life, And so I guess I'm off to a pretty good start, right?
It's a good record so far.
The first time I coach them,
That's right. But by the way, the coach mindset always, I'm sure, is forward. You guys get ready for a big game too to close out the regular season against Kentucky. Everybody knows how they can score. You got them at Rupp earlier this season. What's the conversation over the next couple of days to try to finish out the regular season with the win against Kentucky?
Yeah, number one, send our seniors out the right way. Like, they deserve it. They've earned it. And it's all of our jobs to make sure that we're prepared, that we're on point. We don't have, a hangover from that emotional game on Wednesday. And so that'll be the mindset. And then also getting better, getting better. Really lock on what we didn't do great up there, and also what we didn't do great last game. Build on it, continue to get better. And we're treating it like it's the national championship game. We are, and because we set out on a mission, with 6 games remaining, to treat it like an NCAA tournament. Take 2 games at a time. And now we're here at the end. We want to finish it the right way. We want to finish it strong, and be mature about it, which I know we will be with this group that we have.
It's been a great run so far.
You're right. Kentucky is. I'm sorry to cut you off, but you're right.
Yeah.
Kentucky's a really, really good team. I think they're playing their best ball of the season right now, starting to get guys back healthy. Obviously, they can score it, but I think they've taken they've taken another step in their defense. I think they've gotten better defensively, and they have some really, really impactful defensive players.
Hey, by the way, does it help Josiah and Santi? This is their second senior day, so they're kind of experienced with the senior day emotions too.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
It does. I would imagine that the emotions would be tapered a little bit, because this is, that, like, veterans, they'll probably tell us how they want to do it and how they want to come out and all that good stuff. But hey, it was so nice they had to do it twice.
That's
hey,
right.
I wish they could do it another time. We would check to see if we get one more senior year out of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be trying to find something for Dalton. I think he has a big step coming up after this run concludes. But congratulations again on the championship last night. Good luck Saturday and getting ready for the postseason. Great to have you on the show as well. We appreciate you taking time to join us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.